Hey guys, what's going on? Today we have probably my favorite part of my collection. This is the complete Nolan Ryan base card set. It's going to take a little bit to go through this. There are 96 cards and I have a couple extras on the side to show you guys. To any Nolan Ryan collector, this is going to be a fun video. So buckle in. If you know anybody who's a Nolan Ryan fan, definitely let them know about this video. It's taken me a long time to put this together, but when anybody asks me, what's the coolest card that you have in your collection or what's the coolest thing in your collection, I always talk about this set. Nolan Ryan, probably my favorite pitcher of all time. And so I started with the Topps base set. And then I went up from there and I started getting into just like the entire base set. So these are all going to be PSA graded cards. We'll get into the Topps first. And then I think if everything's laid out properly, we'll try and go, you know, like Bowman, Upper Deck, Donruss, Fleer, we'll try and go through everything. So let me kind of weed through here and then I'll be putting them back in the case as we go through them and as I show them off. So also one little small thing is they're not going to be, you know, 6s and 7s. This is one of the higher graded sets on the PSA set registry. So you guys are in for a treat if you're Nolan Ryan fans. And just know also I'm always looking to upgrade. So if you guys do have any higher grades or know anybody who does, let me know. And some of these are going to be extremely expensive, so I may not be able to do it. But if I'm able to upgrade this set, I will definitely always try. So, all right, let's get into it. First, we'll start off with the Topps portion of it. This is going to be a 27 card set because of the 27 years Nolan Ryan played. So here's the first one. This is the rookie. I wanted to get at least a 7, and I think for me, my threshold was a 7. I wanted to have the entire set at least a 7 or higher. This is a 7.5. I think this might be my favorite card in my collection. It's not the most expensive card in my collection, but I am very, very, very confident it's my favorite. So here's a Nolan Ryan 7.5. Stunning, stunning card. All right, so that's number 1. Again, there's a lot of cards here, so I will try and go a little quicker, but this is the rookie card. This is probably the most special card in the set for me. So anyway, we'll start there. And again, I'm going to be putting these back in the case as we go because there's just so much. I can't fit everything here. So, okay. Here's the 1969 Topps in a 7. Okay. Let's keep going. 1970 Nolan Ryan in a 7. And thank you guys for requesting this because it's such a large video that I was like, oh man, I don't know if anyone's going to want to watch it. But because a couple people that I spoke to on YouTube and on Instagram said, yeah, I would watch that. I was like, okay, I will put it together. So here we are. If you guys are here and you like it, please go down, hit the like button. You know, if you haven't already and want to, please subscribe, leave comments. It's really great for the YouTube algorithm, helps me out a lot. Here we go again. I'll just get back into it and we'll just get rolling. The 1971 in a 7. This is a tough grade. A lot of them come short. They don't even get in holders. I'm very happy to have this in a 7. It's a beautiful card. All right. Next up, we have the 72 in an 8. 7. This is a really nice card. I love the way this picture is. Just looks really, really nice. So, yeah. 72 Ryan in an 8. The 73 in a 7.5. Okay. And we've got the 7.4 in an 8 as well. Okay, now a while back I looked at this. I'm just putting this back in the case. A while back I looked and I think I was like 16th amongst like everybody who had this set. But, you know, over time I think I'm down to like 20 now. I think there are some people who've got a little bit more money buying some nice cards. Here's a 1975 in a 7. I think I could probably find this in an 8. I would love to get this in an 8, but this is a beautiful card too. All right. 76 in an 8. All right, 77 in an 8. I think this is when we just start going, okay, everything from here on out, I think is going to be 8s and up. And then we get to a point where it's like 9s and up, and then all 10s. So let's see, here's the 78 in an 8. 79 in a 9. This might be the part where it starts going 9s and 10s. All right, the 80 in a 9. 81 in a 9. 82, we got a 10. It's a nice card. Really nice card. Got the 83 in a 10. All right. All right, so we jump into the 84. In a 9. This one I could probably pick up in a 10. Most likely, I think it's around $500 for a 10, I think, somewhere in that range. The 85 we have in a 10. The 86, these are tough to get in 10s, so I'm happy with the 9 here. All right, 87 in a 10. 88 in a 10. 89 in a 10. All right, I think the rest of them are all 10s from here on out, so I will stop mentioning the grades, but here's the 1990. Right, here's the 91. The horizontal card. All right, then we got the 92. All right, the 93, and the 94. This one's a rare card in a 10. This one's a tough 10 to find. So there you go. That is the complete Topps portion of the base card set. So if you just wanted to go for just, hey, we want to do just the Topps base card set, that would be it. Those would be the 27 cards you would need. All right. But if you wanted to keep going like I did, I got a little crazy after that. I started going for, you know, some of the other stuff. So let's see, do we want to go Donruss first or do we want to go Fleer? Let's do the Fleers just because I think that was next up on my list. So let's do the Fleers, okay? Let's see. Oh, there we got, those are Donruss. They might be, this is Donruss. Okay, we'll start with Donruss. We'll get right into Donruss. All right, here's the 81. So for those of you who don't know, 1981 was the first year of Donruss, and this one right here is a 10. All right, so 1981 is the first year of Donruss. There you go. 81, 82, 83. There we go, the 84 in a 10. We got the 85 in a 10. 86 in a 10. 87. 88, 89, and the 90. We've got the 91 in a 10. Just gonna put these back real quick. We'll do more. Okay. All right, here's the 92. It's kind of cool to see how the PSA flips have kind of evolved over time, but all right. So got that one, got the 93 and the 94. All right, so that's the complete Donruss run right there. Okay, put those down. Now, this is Leaf. I have a 1985 Leaf in a... No, I think this actually is just the highest one I have. I thought I had a 9 for a second, but... Okay, so this is the Leaf run, so we'll get into that. Leaf, I believe, is a Canadian product. And so these are much tougher to find. They are tough to grade, tough to find in good condition, but we did the best we could. So here we go. We got the 85 in an 8. I've seen these in 9s. I can get it in a 9. The 10s are really tough to find. So I haven't gotten a 10 yet. I'm deciding if I want to get a 9 just to upgrade the set, or if I just want to make the jump and just go right for the 10. So for now, I'm just sitting with the 8. All right. Then we have the 86 in a 10. Got the 87 in a 10. All right. Now, last I checked, this card right here, there was only 20 of them. Got the 88 in a 10. I remember when I bought this, I was so happy to have this card. I still am, but I mean, like, I was like going nuts because I got this one. This one was real tough. For a while, there was only 17, then it went up to 20. So I think it's at 20 right now, I believe. Really tough card to find in a 10. All right, then we got the 90. Oh, for those of you who don't know, I don't believe there was an 89. Actually, no, there was not. I can say that with certainty. There was not an 89 leaf. So it goes right from 88 to 90. So just a heads up on that. All right, so we got the 90 leaf in a 10. Then we got the 91. And then we got the 92. All right, so that's the leaf run. I'm just going to adjust this camera slightly. There we go. So that's the leaf run. And then where do we want to go from here? I think Fleer is next. All right, just putting them back as we're going. Okay. Let's dive into the Fleers. Okay, so Fleer also started in 1981, and this is the 1981 Fleer Ryan. Okay, and they have the 82, the 83, 84. This is awesome. I'm so happy I get to show this off to you guys. Here is the 85. This is another really tough card to get in a 10, the 86 Fleer. I have, I think, 2 9s. Have yet to come across a 10. The problem with these is always, the centering is always off, it seems. There's always something. And I believe, yeah, the back is tough also. With the back corners, there's always a little bit of whitening. So to have this one in a 9 is really great. To get it in a 10, woof, that would be crazy. Let me know if you know anybody with a 10. That's probably a pretty pricey card, but would love to see what I could do for it. All right. Next up, we got the 87 in a 10. 88. Okay, 89. 1990. 91, the Canaries. Bright yellow. All right, 92. Aha, this is another one that's tough to get a 10 in. I thought this one could have been a 10. I remember I actually pulled this out of a box myself. And I thought it could have been a 10. Maybe at some point it can be. You know, maybe it's worth resubmitting or something, but really, really cool. Man, I'm looking at it now and I just think it's pretty perfect. Something to think about as far as resubmitting. So I'll hang on to that one. And then the 1994 Fleer. All right, so that's the Fleer run. Okay, so we're about, I don't know, a little bit halfway as far as like all the different types, because 1993, there's a whole lot of different ones, right? Like you got Studio, you had the SP, you have all these different ones. So we'll get into those as well. I think they're in the stack to my right. So I'm just trying to get through some of these. Let's see, next up, it looks like we got Bowman. All right. The Bowman set also started in 1989 with the Griffey rookie year, right? So 89 Bowman and a 10. 90. 91, another horizontal card. 92. So that's on the, there we go. was on the plastic. 93. All right, and that's the Bowman run. So just from 89 to 93 for Bowman, okay? We'll jump right into the score. So score started in 1988, and so we got the score run. All right, 1988, 10, 89, 90, 91, another tough 10, 1991. All right, we got 92, and the 93. Okay, just gonna throw these in. Okay, thanks again, guys, for bearing with me here. We'll jump right into the upper decks. Okay. All right, so upper deck started in 1989 as well. This is the 1989 upper deck Nolan Ryan. Boom. Thought that was always cool. The trifecta of images just kind of thrown together. Really cool. You can kind of see his delivery. Love that. 1990. And you see Nolan Ryan through the years, right? I would love a Nolan Ryan autograph. That's the one thing I probably don't have in my collection, is like a solid Nolan Ryan autograph. But maybe I'll pick up one of those one day. Here's the 92. Then we have the 93. Okay, horizontal card. And that takes care of the upper decks. So just those guys for the upper decks. Okay. And then from there we jump into some more cool stuff. It's just okay. All right, next up we have Studio. And then Studio and then Stadium Club. So let's do the 3 studios, right? So there's 1991. This is probably the toughest of all the studios to get in a 10. Okay, then we got the 92. Then the 93. This is always a really cool card, I thought. I like the jersey in the background and everything. I thought that was cool. All right. Probably the most famous Stadium Club Nolan Ryan is the Tuxedo, labeled Tux. That's the 1991 Stadium Club Ryan. Almost feel like he could have done a commercial in that. Might have actually. All right, then we got the 92. Okay, then we got the 93. Cool. Now, this is when we get into like all the 93 stuff. So in 1993, there was a lot of sets that came out. Like, for example, we have the 1993 Finest. We have it in a 9. Those are really tough to find in 10s. Again, if you know anybody, let me know. Would love to have this in a 10. But the 9, especially with the chromium, the first year of chrome, this is cool. Happy to have it in a 9. Again, would love it in a 10. Always looking to upgrade whenever possible. But again, sometimes to upgrade is just really going to be tough. Some years they don't even have 10s. So to give you an idea, like, it's going to be really tough. All right, here's the Flare in a 10. These are cool. They were a little, I think, like a little bit of like a thicker card than usual, if I remember correctly. All right, then we've got the 1993 Select. Then we've got the SP in a 10. We have the Fleer Ultra. This is 93. Hang on a second. Let me, bam, there we go. 91 Fleer Ultra in a 10. 92. And then there's the 93. There you go. There's the Fleer Ultra run. Okay, and then we've got some Pinnacles. So we have the 1992 Pinnacle. And we have the 1993 Pinnacle in a 9. I think this is one that I submitted, and I thought this one could get a 10 also. I wasn't as confident in this one just because the black borders make it real tough. There's always like a little bit of chipping somewhere. But I believe I even opened up a couple of these boxes on the channel trying to find one in a 10, but couldn't do it. So the hunt remains. All right, let me put these back and then I will keep going. All right. All right, so I'm not sure if this is all going to be extra stuff, but I can definitely run through what these are. That might have been, I have the rest of it right in front of me, so I'm gonna show it all to you. But that might have been the complete Nolan Ryan base set. But the rest of these that I'll show you, here we go. So we got the 93 Leaf in a 10. I don't know, this might have been a double, so I'll put that one off to the side. I'm not sure if I showed that before or not. This is the 1994 Fleer Smoke and Heat. Really cool insert that they had in a 9. All right, 1991 Record Breaker in a 9. This is just probably another one that I submitted thinking it looked good. Maybe had a shot at a 10. We got a 9 on this one. Okay. Oh, here we go. The 77 O-Pee-Chee. This is not, okay, so O-Pee-Chee is not in the like complete base set or series. Otherwise, I would have gone after those as well. But I do have a few of the O-Pee-Chees. Here's an 8 in the 1977. Then I've got a 10 in the Pacific, Nolan Ryan, right at the Pacific. Here's a 1994 Collector's Choice Ryan in a 10. The 1991 Post cereal. So you used to get these out of cereal boxes. They'd come in little plastic things and you'd open them up and you'd get the cards. So we got the 91 in a 10. We got the 1990 in a 9. What else we got? Oh, this is just a cool, you know, one of the newer, ultra modern chrome Ryan and Ohtani cards that I thought was pretty cool. So I got this one in a 10. What else? Here we go. Oh, Upper Deck. This is the 5,000 strikeout Ryan in a 10 as well. Pretty cool when they did that. What else we got? Oh, okay, yeah. So I just submitted this one, just an extra. What else? Extra. So all of those three are just extras. And then I got another stack over here, and then that's gonna do it after we go through that. Let's see. Because I've got a lot more extras actually in a whole nother pile, but these are worth going through. These, you're gonna see some pretty cool cards. Oh yeah, we got the Tiffany's actually. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, we got the Tiffany's. Okay, I know how we're gonna do this. Just go right like this. All right, so a couple quick things. This is the golds. So if you guys remember, there was like the winner, right? The 1992 Topps Gold winner card, so that was a 10. This one is the Colorado Rockies inaugural year with the stamp. They also have this for the Marlins as well. This one got a 9. Still really cool. The 1993 Finest Promos. Got this one in a 10. I think there's only 5,000 of these. Yeah, it says on the back right, here's a little stamp. Promotional sample, 1 of 5,000. So we got one of those in a 10. This is the 1978 O-Pee-Chee in a 9. This is tough. I actually don't think there's any 10s. There might be like 2 10s in this. So this is a really, really tough grade. So this is cool. Then, I don't know if you guys are as familiar with the Fleer Glossies and the Tiffany's, but I'm going to kind of explain them. These are more like premier sets that were put out, right? So the Fleer one had the Fleer Glossy. So you can't really tell from the front, but you can tell from the back. Collector edition. The back is definitely different than the regular Fleer, and the front does have a gloss to it. You can't really see the shine through the slab on the video, but it's there. Trust me. There's a little bit of a gloss to the front there. Same thing with the 1988 right here. So the 1988 in the back on this one. I think relatively similar backs, but the front has got a gloss to it. So those are the two Fleer Glossies and 10s. And now we'll get into the Tiffany's. So the Tiffany's started in 1984. Let's put these in order. Well, actually, yeah, 1990, there was a bunch. Bam, bam. Okay. So these are going to be all the Tiffany's. Okay. So we got the 84 Tiffany in a 9. Tiffany's are tough. Tiffany's are tough. Because of the gloss, there's always something on there. As you guys might be familiar with chrome or with the older cards, there's always like a little tiny something on it. So in a 9, I'm very happy with that. We got an 85. This is the record breaker in a 10. That's, I mean, any 10s in these are tough grades. So happy to have this. This is one of the toughest things to find for Nolan Ryan is the 86 Tiffany. We got this in a 9.5. Happy to have this on 9.5. I think it's the only card that I have graded by Beckett in my Nolan Ryan collection. And again, this is not part of the Nolan Ryan base set because that's all going to be done through PSA and like their set registry. But the Tiffany that I have here is in the Beckett slab. So have that. And then we've got the 87 in a 10. Got the 88 in a 10. Then we have the 88 Turn Back the Time in a 10. And also the 88 Record Breaker in a 10. Okay. Then we have the 89 in an 8. I really haven't seen any 10s. I know they're probably out there. I'm not as up to date with the pop count on this one. But look, 8 is cool with me. I don't know how many 10s there are, if there are any, but I would almost never see these pop up. So just happy to have the 8 for now. All right. 1990 is cool because there's like 5 cards in this set for Nolan Ryan. So you got the 90 Topps Tiffany here, and then you've got all the different years, right? So, but the, sorry, not years, teams. So you got the Mets, the Angels, the Astros, and the Rangers. So all 5 of those cards, we have all 10s. So that's cool. That's the Tiffany run. Okay. Now you guys might be, oh, here's one more Tiffany. Sorry, I forgot the 91 Tiffany. This is the record breaker though. All right. I might be missing just the 1991 Topps Tiffany, not the record breaker, just the regular 1991 Topps. I might be missing that one in the Tiffany. Well, if I go for the full Tiffany run, that'd be one that I'm aiming to get. So again, if you know anybody, right, let me know. 1991 also had the Desert Shields. So I got a Desert Shield here in a 9. Yeah. Buddy of mine actually picked this up for me. He's like, hey, I saw one. I grabbed it. I was like, yeah, no problem. Let me know. I'll Venmo you right now. Done. So this was cool. And then we have the, oh, another gold. This is the 1993 gold. This is not the inaugural. This is just kind of like the regular one. So we have that. All right, so that takes care of all of that. And I got a bunch of extras. So I don't need to show you guys all the extras, but I did want to show you all those. I felt like those were some more of the more special cards that I had, and that completes, you know, the complete Nolan Ryan basic set. Topps, Fleer, Donruss, Leaf, and all the other ones. Studio, Pinnacle, you name it. That's all of them. So if you guys enjoyed the video, I hope you did. It took me a while to collect that, probably, you know, like 4 or 5 years of just you know, searching on eBay and card shows and everywhere I could to try and find them. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments below. Please leave a like, subscribe, comments, all the things. And thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.